did you play sports at all as a kid? Did you ever? Did you try?
I played briefly soccer, and
Okay.
we lost every single game.
Mm-hmm.
And not only did we lose every single game, we never scored once. But that team went on to winning all, because we were young.
Okay, of
course. It was a young JV team. And so I played for a year, and I had no skill, but I had no regard for my personal safety.
Okay.
So they would just send me in to just create havoc.
Right.
And then I discovered the theater, and that was all.
And that was all she wrote.
Right. And then I played a little hockey growing up. Just pick up. If it was no equipment, if 10 guys showed up, it would be 5. If 20, it would be 10. If 2, it would be 1-on-1. If
Pick
none,
up hockey, huh?
Just
on the sloughs of Armonk, New York,
in the
pretty
ponds,
much.
pond hockey.
Yeah, right.
And in fact, years later, Dennis Leary called me up when my son was playing hockey against Gretzky's kids.
Come on, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Your son is playing against Gretzky's kids.
Well, because they were little boys, and he was playing with for the Rangers then, and we would go to Chelsea Pier for our 6 a.m. practices, and my son was a goalie, and I remember one day, Wayne, we were at practice, and Wayne was there, and he was like, looking. So what's the matter? Said, my son's in the net playing defense. I said, geez, Wayne, take it easy. It's not like he woke up and just said, hey, I want to design dresses, which would be fine. But for him, it was like it was funny.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to put a big stick in his hand, and play defense. Oh my God.
But like a while later, Dennis Leary called me up. Should I stop talking? Are we still on?
Peter, tell me the Dennis Leary story, man. Go for it.
So Dennis calls me up and he says, Pete, Wayne wants to know if you want to play Friday. I said, play what? Because we've been talking about golf. Hockey. I said, you out of your mind? I haven't played hockey in 25 years, and I don't have any equipment. I said, yeah, but it'll get your son 2 hours with the Ranger greats at the Garden.
Yeah.
On the ice. I said, oh, I'm in. So I go to sleep about that night. I wake up an hour later in a cold sweat. And my wife says, what's the matter? I says, they're going to be bringing me home in a body bag tomorrow. And so I go. And meanwhile, the other hockey dads are up there going, he's the bravest man in the world. But I go to the locker room, and Ron Duguay and Cam Neely said, I had never worn equipment as a hockey player, and I'd never played on a rink ice. So I said, guys, what's this? He said, those are for your legs. Okay, great. And anyway, I skated my shifts. I almost had an assist. 13,000 people. But the best thing was, I got home after practice the next morning with my son, and my wife said, you know that stationery, that Ranger stationery you gave your son, gave Jamie? I said, yeah, well, he started writing in it. For him to write in anything at that age would have been less surprising if he flapped his arms and flew to the moon.
Right.
And it said, January 9th, 1999. Today was the best day of my life.
That's the best thing about it,
I couldn't walk
Peter.
for 2 weeks, and it was the best thing I ever did.
That's exactly right. Peter Gallagher here on the Rich Eisen Show. And so that's at Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. At one point he said, Gallagher, and I heard my name. I thought, oh, I've done something wrong, and I stopped and I looked. Oh,
and now your name's up in the rafters there, right?
Yeah, no,
never. Peter Gallagher here on the Rich Eisen Show, and I saw you rolling some putts right there. You played in the AT&T Pebble Beach, correct?
I did. I played a few times, and I played because of Jack Lemmon.
Okay.
Because Jack Lemmon gave me my first set of golf clubs when we were doing Long Day's Journey and Tonight.
Okay.
And he was always talking about, I got to play the AT&T. And I had the remarkable experience of playing the AT&T. Should I tell the story? We should. No, we have enough time.
Peter, go for it.
I don't know. I don't know whether you get the radio or the thing and the bang and the bang and the bang.
We're just here having a conversation.
Okay, cool.
It's all good.
So I'm teeing off with Dan Pohl.
Sure.
I'd gotten in the AT&T because I was doing a movie with Bill Murray in London.
Okay.
And we would go to the driving range and hit. And he says, at the end, he says, hey, you want to play some golf in January at Pebble? I said, man, I would love to. Wait, Billy, it's like the AT&T. I'm not good enough to play in that. He said, I know. And
but if Bill Murray is getting you in the field,
so I had an 18 handicap, and Dan, and I had I remember the night before the thing started, I was in my hotel room thinking, how does this putting thing work?
Right.
And but on the 18th hole at Pebble, it was our third round. We tee off, Dan Pohl, Polecat, and I, and he says, we're going to make the cut. We were 22 under par. Because every time he said, I need a par out of you, and I need a par out of you now. And I remember my hands would be shaking, but somehow if I made a bogey, it would be a net par. Yes. If I made a par, it would be a net birdie.
Which, I mean,
and we were 22 under.
Please.
And I'm thinking, holy God, I can't make the cut. That's going to kill Lemmon. And I said, no, he's going to be so proud of me.
Yeah.
And so we're hitting up to the 18th green, and there's Lemmon. And Dan, Dave Pells.
Yes.
Was his caddy that year because he said, Jack, you're going to make the cut this year. I'm going to work with you for a full year. I'm going to be on your bag. We're going to do it.
Man.
So Jack is waiting with Pells behind the 18th green. Jack is like this, and Dave Pells is like that. And I'm going, he's going to be so proud of me. We're coming up to the green, and I wave to Jack, and he goes, you're going to make the cut, you And it was like, and we missed it by one, and I was almost relieved.
Oh my God! But to
I
be
loved
called
him.
that
He
by
was like a
Jack
father.
Lemmon, oh my!
He was like a father to me. He was everything.
So based
to me.
on what you're telling me, Peter Gallagher here on the Rich Eisen Show, you're a young man who chose the theater over sports, and yet skated with Gretzky and Cam Neely and the Rangers greats in Madison Square Garden, and almost made the cut at the AT&T at Pebble Beach. I mean, my God, Peter.
You know what
I mean,
it is? That's the crazy thing
and you're a beginner in every single aspect. You might want to, shoot a little lower before you go for the.
That's the crazy thing about being an actor. It's like Marcello Mastroianni called it a luxury tourist. We get to do things we should not be allowed to do
right.
with people that we should not be allowed to be doing them with.
Right.
And it's part of if you have no qualms about jumping into an experience you're not qualified for.
Right.
It can just lead you to the, remarkable thing.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.